This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Welcome, everybody, to Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Crispy Bacon, here with Big B. Big B, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I'm up finally. Tuesday's been a little rough for me, but to stay up because of my work schedule now. But hey, stay up, talk some wrestling with Crispy and the gang. And first off, I'd just like to send my thoughts and prayers like I did today for C2C. Or rank them locally here in Minnesota. We had a couple cops and firefighter guy lose their life in the course of action, doing their day-to-day stuff. So I want to send the thoughts and prayers out to the families of those three fallen officers, and just let them know that they're out there fighting the battle that they signed up for, and our thoughts and prayers. And it was just a tough day yesterday for here in Minnesota.
Yeah, they talked about it here on our local news, and it's just sad all around. And thoughts and prayers with the families and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good situation, but
nope, it's not, and that's something that I think overall, growing up, a lot of us wanted to be cops and firefighters, and and then we grow up, and some people change, but those that keep that dream going, my respect to them. And again, they're out there fighting that battle for us, so it's tough to hear that news.
It is, and hopefully more information will come out of it. I'm not sure all of the detail, but I'm sure at some point it'll be revealed.
Yep. Exactly. So we're on the WrestleMania, on the road to WrestleMania, Chris.
We are this Saturday early morning. If you're in Central Time or just in the U.S. in general, it's going to be an early rise for Elimination Chamber.
Exactly, because I think Eastern it's 5 o'clock, so our time would be 4 o'clock. I wonder how many people are actually going to be up or watching the live feed. It would be kind of interesting to check Facebook throughout the day and see how many people are actually up. Because I know I won't be. I'll be catching the replay when I get. Yeah, I'll catch the replay when I get home from work.
Yeah, I go back and forth in my head. I go, I think I could do it, and then I'm like, but I don't.
Oh, if I set my alarm, I definitely can get up to do it. But anyways.
Yeah.
Chris, are you wearing a Texas Rangers World Series shirt?
I am.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
So, actually, I got something to bring up, and I wish there was more people here to talk about this. But we all know that the strong rumors was WrestleMania 41 next year is going to be in Minnesota, which I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this past week, since we've had this, as I call it, the slap herd around the world a couple weeks ago, Vegas has stepped in and made a very, very good bid to get WrestleMania there. Chris, I don't know about you. I know Texas has had WrestleManias before, and a couple years ago you got to go to the Hall of Fame and stuff.
Right.
Should WWE come out sooner or later and make those plans and be like, okay, WrestleMania is going to be here? What do you think? I mean,
I know things are changing with how they do things because we haven't heard anything about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Normally we do, but I think they're going to stay the course of at WrestleMania or somewhere that WrestleMania week, announcing where the next one will be.
Okay.
Because I think that's usually when they do it.
Yeah, and me and Tim were kind of talking a little bit. I think it was behind the stages before Rankum, as we're both wrestling fans. And I mean, it's got to be something that WWE's really got to think that they need to decide sooner than later, because I mean, the big billboards, the big signs that they hang up, promotions and stuff. I mean, that stuff doesn't. To me, I don't think it happens overnight. I think it takes a long time for that stuff to happen. So, as much as I understand why Vegas could be in play because of the travel and the money grab, definitely I get that part. But again, if you're going to do it in Vegas, do it for WrestleMania 45. Do it for a WrestleMania 50. Minnesota's been clamoring, and Minnesota is supposed to be the wrestling capital of the world. I mean, you look at the history, a lot of wrestlers came through Minnesota, are born from Minnesota.
Correct.
So it's one of those things where, I mean, yes, as a fan, I want WrestleMania here more than anything, and I will be hurt if it turns out that this year is not going to be announced as in Minnesota. So it would be a very letdown for me. So
yeah,
and I know my son will be let down too. So
I think whichever gets it this year, the other one will get next year.
Oh yeah. 41 will be wherever. Then 42 will probably be in the opposite. Oh, I don't know, because there's a strong push that who was 42. I'm trying to think. I remember hearing another city. Miami might have been in the running for 42. I don't know, but we'll see where it goes. But I wish they would just cut the tension and just let us know where it was. But like you said, it'll probably come out the week of WrestleMania or the night of WrestleMania this year. So
yeah.
But so anyways, yeah.
I think it'd be cool to have it in Minnesota. You could have Kurt Angle as MC.
Yeah, I mean they could go a lot of ways. I mean, with a lot of wrestling ties to Minnesota, they could have try to get Ventura to come out of his hiding and have him be the guest host of WrestleMania or something like that. So I mean, there's a lot of ties they could do.
Oh, go ahead.
No, again, I just wish they would just announce something more secure. That's one thing I hate about the internet, and I brought it up before. It's like, these rumors and stuff. It's just like it just gets everybody talking. And I know it will draw in Vegas just like it'll draw here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do what's best for business, but I just want it to be in Minnesota.
Would you see Chad Gable go against, or just say Seth Rollins in the World Heavyweight Championship?
Oh, I mean,
it may not be that matchup, but
no, I really think a lot of it. I mean, just the Hall of Fame, I think, would be a stud class Minnesota ties. But match wise, I mean, they would have to push Gable really hard to get him up in the title ranking. To have that happen. But I mean, yeah, I mean, you got Tiffany Stratton, who's from Minnesota. I mean, I can see them pushing her. So it's just it's time for Minnesota to have their WrestleMania. I mean, I think this is just kind of like we talked about a little bit about Roman and Rock. It's time for that to happen, or just go, kick it to the side.
Yeah, it's hard to tell right now.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, as for this year's Road to WrestleMania, there's been speed bumps in the road for Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
With the addition of Rock into Bloodline now. I think
Yep.
that's a good idea. I don't know.
Oh, it's tough because if they want Rock and Roman, I think it was kind of an odd putting them together because a couple weeks ago Cody came out and said that he wants to finish the story, but not at WrestleMania, and that's when The Rock came out. So to me, I mean, something must have flipped behind scenes because to me, going into WrestleMania, you had Rock versus Roman, then you're going to have Seth versus Cody, and so somewhere backstage, I don't know if it was with the recent news that came out with lawsuits and stuff that changed things, or injuries. Now you got The Rock siding with Roman. You got Cody. You got Cody. Oh, okay. And now you got Cody in the mix. So, and then you got the Elimination Chamber winner going to face Seth Rollins, and we'll find out this Saturday on who that is. But I mean, I like the promo that The Rock cut. I mean, I thought it was really good. I thought it was really it was an old school Rock. So, I wish, again, a question I'd like to propose to whoever jumps on or whoever comments. Do you like heel Rock promos or do you like face Rock promos? Because I think they both are good.
Both are good. I like both. But I kind of like the heel side of The Rock. I don't know. It's maybe his character or what he's going for makes him stick out more.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, is that the heel Rock promos are a lot better. The face Rock promos are more funnier, I guess, but I guess these was good too, but yeah. And I gotta say, that shirt that The Rock is wearing, I'd like to have it. I thought it was pretty cool looking.
That was an old school, I believe.
Yeah, it might have been an old school spin-off, but Randy, hey, what's up, buddy? Heel Rock promos, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, we could put on the note that actually Randy admitted to liking something,
Yeah.
so yeah.
It's also interesting that, and we talked about it backstage, where he looked at Roman and said, "Cody, your story's already finished. Basically saying I'm coming after Roman." He didn't say it like that, but
Yeah, I mean, some fans have pointed out in other chats and posts that when he was cutting his promo and saying that you're gonna, Cody, your story is going to be finished. I'm going to make sure that you walk out the loser. He was pointing at Roman as Roman was looking off to the fans. So I don't know if it was just the angle people were at, but yeah, I mean, I guess it would start off a storyline, and The Rock cost him the title at WrestleMania, and then and then they do their little storyline at SummerSlam or something, or Payback. I don't know, but so
Yeah,
Randy Cox, I'd like to think, or I do like things, believe it or not. Yeah, it's slim to none though, Randy, one things you like. So, but yeah, Rock joining the Bloodline. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so saying he might turn on Roman. That's what.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it. And then they do a Bloodline split or something, or you have a Survivor Series match with Rock side and Roman side. But
you could do War Games. Well, basically a Survivor Series match.
Yeah, no, I know what you're getting at. I don't know if The Rock is really up for getting in the cage and getting all bloody and stuff. I mean, he's got a lot going on for him, so I think cage matches outside of for Rock is kind of past him.
That's months from now.
Yep.
Thomas is saying good evening. Good evening, Thomas.
Yeah, what's up, Thomas?
And then also, I don't know if you can see it in the picture. Rock has like the L when he's pointing,
Yep.
and everybody else is just pointing.
Yep. Yeah, I
He
saw that.
pointed that out.
Yeah, some people was not. That's how you acknowledge the chief. I don't know if it was. I don't know what to say on that. Maybe he just had his finger out. I can't say that's any indication of anything. I know some people are comparing it to the Gun Club on AEW, which was ridiculous. But outside of that, yeah, I can't really see that. Plus, okay, so Randy, plus when they did,
Basically,
yep, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, that's something that may be addressed this week on SmackDown if people want to, or but yeah, we'll see where this storyline goes to and build between Cody and Rock and Roman and Bloodline and all that. Because we saw some interesting things happen on Raw this week with the Bloodline and the two matches. So
yeah, let's talk about it. I kind of had that plan too. With
yeah,
I think this would be a street fight, maybe.
oh, I would, yeah. I would definitely say that because it's in. Okay, so it's in Philadelphia. What's Philadelphia known for? The brotherly love. Yep.
I was thinking the same thing. Brotherly love, street fight.
Yep. And I could see possibly Rikishi showing up between now and well, actually, I can see him showing up after the Elimination Chamber to kind of set the tone and stuff like this, and possibly showing up at WrestleMania. Who knows? Because we know, Sikoa's a brother, Rikishi's a father, and I believe too that the younger brother of Rikishi also has signed a development deal with with WWE, so maybe he'll get involved. And
Jacob too.
Yeah, I think they've all kind of signed some kind of contract with WWE. So yeah, this one definitely I could see a match at WrestleMania between the two brothers and kind of see what happens. I could kind of see main event not wanting to fight his brother to start, and then somehow gets pushed into it, being Rikishi or kind of getting called out or something on it, and then finally just fighting. But I could see main event trying not to have this match.
I could see that too, and I know we're kind of backtracking, not that far backtrack, but Jey Uso fought Gunther for the IC title. It was originally planned that Jey was going to win it, but then at the last second, I don't know why, it got changed to Gunther retaining. And a couple people in the chat are not happy.
Yeah,
they should have won. And Randy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too happy with it either, but it is, again, to whatever reason they wrote it that way. They changed their plans at the last minute. Maybe there'll be a rematch between now and then, and he gets the title, and there'll be a title match, but we will see.
But I had a feeling when the Bloodline helped Drew McIntyre early on in the night win his match against Cody, that something was going to happen.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too. Because I was kicked it off, and supposedly they were banned from their arena. Of course, they get back in. And that's the thing too. Friday, I could see a match being made, some kind of tag match, maybe Jay and Cody versus Sikoa and Jimmy, or something like that. So we'll see what happens this week on SmackDown.
Yeah, this week's SmackDown's pre-recorded. I know spoilers are out there. we're not going to talk about here, but I'm sure if you look it up, if you like that stuff, they are out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing with the internet. You get all the spoilers and stuff. So,
but they are out there, and that's the thing with doing international shows, that the go home show is usually taped, and I get why. But it is crazy. What's crazy too is Netflix personnel was there.
Yep, to promote. Yeah, because they will be the new TV viewing of all of WWE stuff. Just Raw? Okay. Just Raw? Okay. I thought it was everything. So,
I mean, maybe at some point, but just right now, exclusively
just Raw? Okay. So yeah, so that'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, and then we got a UFC fighter, we got a boxer, and I'm thinking for WrestleMania. Now, it won't be a match, but it'll set up a UFC match between McGregor and I can't remember who was there, but I think you'll probably see something.
I think we're gonna start seeing some inner promoted between TKO, MMA, and WWE at their events. I know there's been talk that they want to do where they're there the same week or weekend, so they'll have a MMA fight and then turn around and set up for a WWE event. So it'll be interesting what that partnership's like, especially coming towards WrestleMania.
Thomas is saying Sammy might beat Gunther at Mania.
Ooh. Oh man,
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't either, but I also saw too that they might bring in Dragunov from NXT to beat Gunther. So I mean right now, God, I don't know who I could see taking off the title of Gunther.
Breaker?
Yeah, Breaker would be my choice.
Oh, wait, but he's SmackDown. That wouldn't work.
That is true. You are right. He is SmackDown. But right now on Raw, yeah, there's not many people I could think of right now that I could see legitimately taking the title off him by WrestleMania. Because the guys that are in right now that are in the Elimination Chamber that I would like to see.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in just a couple minutes. Yeah. Dragon Viper saying online, Adam Pearce said Jimmy was double fined for interfering and also appearing on Raw. And Jay should get another shot.
Well, Randy,
the last part I get because he was interfered with.
Yeah. I get the second part, and hopefully they do that. Again, as we know, these fines, who knows if it's true or not with the internet, but we'll see where that builds to.
Dragon Viper says, I don't like Sami Zayn, but at least Gunther will lose his title.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't.
Winning the IC title is one step closer to the main title.
It is. And that's why I'm shocked that Gunther hasn't gotten a push to winning the Rumble and getting his shot at the title. But outside of that, I don't see a push for Sammy right now to put him in that driver's seat to get that title shot. Because he's been beaten so many times. So
the only way I could see him getting a push, or if not a push, the reason to get pushed is going to Canada. I can't remember where. And winning Money in the Bank.
Yeah, yeah.
Or just
You
money
know,
to make in general.
and not to get too far off topic, talk about titles, but I think it was Ace in our chat posted last week sometime if anybody thought that R-Truth should get a title run, and I think it was for the world title, and I said no,
Heavyweight.
but but I do think I think R-Truth's earned it for another title run, but I just don't think his character is built for world title run. I think maybe IC title, US title, tag titles. I think that would be more fitting.
Awesome Truth.
Yeah. Yeah, Awesome Truth. Who knows? Because Miz has kind of fallen out of a lot of pitchers too. He hasn't had a good streak lately either. But
but I think he's just there now to help out titles. Or not
yeah,
titles, but help out people.
yeah. Well, exactly, and I think Ace has brought that up too. That Miz doesn't need a title to be successful. He's there to help people.
And I think that's similar to R-Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a lot of titles there, but right now he's just there to help talent.
Yeah.
And to have a little fun too. I mean, why not?
Yep.
As for the Elimination Chamber match itself, we're going to start off with the women's match. We have Raquel Rodriguez, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and
Liv
Morgan. Who do you think out of those six?
Me and my son were kind of debating this a little bit ago as I was picking them up from school today. If they want to push somebody that has not had the title yet, then you go with the three in the back. You go Tiffany Stratton, Liv, and Raquel. I know Raquel's held the NXT title, but if you want to go with somebody different, one of those three would win. I would pick Stratton because she's come up along and very quickly. So now if they want to push somebody that's already won it, of course, then you go with the front three with Belair, Becky, and Naomi because one of them will. I mean, the winner of this match goes on to face Rhea or Nia Jax. So
yeah.
So it depends on how they want to push it. If it was me, I would go with a girl that hasn't won it. So I would go with I think Tiffany Stratton definitely deserves a shot. But also be kind of interesting to see where they put the title match because that could also reflect who wins. Because if Nia wins, then all signs to me I think push towards Becky winning the Royal Rumble. So I think it'll be interesting to kind of see where they placed the championship match in compared to the Elimination Chamber match.
I think this will be your kickoff match, not kickoff show match, but
it'll be match number one on the main card.
Yeah, and it will set the tone. And I think the Rio Nia Jax match will be, I guess you could say, co-main event because your main event will be the men's Elimination Chamber. That's kind of how.
The men's will be the the men's chamber will be the last match.
And kind of like you, I think out of the ones in there that haven't won it, I think Tiffany could win it. Because Raquel hasn't won it. Liv did win it. Naomi's won it. Becky's won it. And Bianca.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's Tiffany. If you want to go overall, I'm thinking Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I would put my money on those two. Like I said, and again, they could set it up too where Becky wins the Elimination Chamber, which could point to all signs somehow Nia wins it and it keeps that rivalry going. With Naomi coming back, I think it's too early to give her a title shot. I think WWE has planned, and I think WWE has plans for Belair, maybe to start a storyline with Jada. So we'll see where that all goes.
Which two will start the match?
Which two? I think we'll see Liv and Raquel start it.
That's how I was thinking, because they're former tag team.
Yeah, I think they're going to start.
I could also see Becky Lynch and Bianca.
Yeah,
they've had.
And that's the way Randy sees it. Becky and Bianca. I think the last one. I think it's going to be Stratton. Though I think she'll be the last one to enter.
Yeah. Or she could be the first. Who knows?
Well, exactly.
Randy's also picking Liv to win it.
Yep. So that means she's not going to win it if he's got her back.
Probably. Next match we have. You got the men's side of the Elimination Chamber. You got Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, and Logan Paul. Who wins?
Oh, I believe it's going to be one of the guys in the middle there. I think Owens and Logan Paul are not going to be a factor. I mean, all signs point to Drew for what he's been doing on Raw. LA Knight's an up and comer. Orton's just coming back from, his injuries and stuff. So I think that could play a factor. Bobby Lashley is in a storyline with his group against Karrion Kross's group a little bit. So I don't think he's going to win. I mean, all signs point to it being Drew, but I would like to see LA Knight win it.
This is for Seth's title.
Yeah.
And if I'm going off a brand, kinda, I'm going LA Knight, but I'm thinking overall it's going to be Drew McIntyre. That's the storyline they've been showing us lately.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and of course, Randy's going with Orton. Yeah. So or McIntyre. So I could see Orton. I guess it would just depend on how healthy his back is and stuff to give him one last run. But I think they're going to play it. I think Orton and Owens are going to start it off. I think they're going to be the two. Somehow Logan Paul will be the last one in the chamber, but I don't think he'll last too long.
I say for this match, they should have made it winner takes all, kind of, in where you get the title opportunity, but also if you somehow dethrone, Logan Paul, you also get the U.S. title.
That'd be like a little, that'd be something kind of cool. That, but then again, does Logan Paul come in first, or does he come in later? But yeah, it would be an interesting concept.
You could have him stay in, like, if he's first or last, it doesn't matter which one. But if you have whoever else with Kevin Owens in there, but Kevin Owens takes him out,
Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess it could have been like that. That would be kind of a cool one, but
I don't know. It would be an interesting way to shake up the chamber.
Yeah, and I think they're kind of at that point too now where they need to start thinking of different opportunities and things for the chamber.
They put in the IC title, they put in the US title, they put in the titles.
Yep. Be nice if they did that again.
Yeah, those were interesting. The tag matches versions of it. Thomas is saying, I would love to see KO and Logan Paul start the match off.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea, especially the history they've recently had. So I definitely could see that happening.
Next match we have, well, it's not really a match, but it could set up a match. We have the Grayson Waller effect with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
I thought that was happening on SmackDown.
No.
It is happening
This is on the Chamber.
Okay.
And I'm thinking this is going to be setting up the tag match. A lot of people are thinking it's going to be a tag match between Cody and Seth versus the reimagined bloodline of Roman Reigns and The Rock. Night 1.
Yeah. Oh, you think that they're going to wrestle twice? Then are you talking WrestleMania then?
Yes, that's the rumor.
Oh, that would be kind of interesting because I thought this was going to happen on SmackDown, which this would have set up which I agree. I think it would have set up a tag match between those two versus Rock and Roman. But then also again too, now that this is on here, kind of throws out my other idea that Seth and Rollins would team up and go against the Bloodline at Elimination Chamber because of what happened in both of their matches, or not both their matches. I guess it was Jimmy or Jay's match, but yeah, I don't know if I can see that tag match happening at SmackDown, or WrestleMania Night 1, but it would definitely be a nice match. Night 1 sometime getting those 4 in, but I mean, they got a lot of stars they can showcase on WrestleMania nowadays. I don't know if they want to really book them guys fighting twice. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
It will. I know Grayson Waller is from Australia.
Yep.
So I think that's why he wanted the talk show, or his talk show. I don't know about the talk show in Australia.
And honestly, being that it is, I mean, and I don't know, what WWE's plans are. I mean, this could still be a tag match that happens at Elimination Chamber where Cody and Seth call out the Bloodline. So it could still happen at a Chamber.
Yeah.
It's a long shot. I wouldn't put my money on it, but it wouldn't shock me if it happens.
And if the tag match does happen at WrestleMania Night 1, now Cody and Seth are tired for their match going into Night 2. And who knows what will happen with Mr. Money in the Bank, Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's something too that fans still have to think about. We still have the men's Money in the Bank contract still sitting out there, and when is that sucker going to get cashed in? I mean, so that could be interesting too. And who knows if this match happens at Mania? Could we see a title versus title? The winning team gets the titles. So
didn't they do that for Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins and Corbin?
Yeah, they did that in a mixed tag match where the winner. So I mean that could set something up too, where I don't think it would happen, but again, wouldn't kind of surprise me if it does happen.
Now, title versus title like that, I don't mind. When it's combined, I don't like that.
Well, it gives a little bit more to it. I mean, especially with The Rock being involved. I mean, who knows how often he's going to wrestle? So would it be smart to put a title on him, or
according to him, long term?
Yeah,
long-term booking, I think he said.
Oh yeah, I mean, the guy's in phenomenal shape. So, but I know he's got a lot going on with the XFL, with doing stuff for TKO Wrestling or company. So he's got a lot, and then he's still acting. So it'd be interesting.
He did NASCAR this past week. Actually, yesterday he did.
Yep.
So, who knows what's going to happen with this? It sets up a lot of stuff. Should be fun. Next, before we get to this match, Dragon Viper saying if The Rock gets a title, that'd be a joke. Be another Lesnar and Roman.
Yeah, but if it was face Rock, I would say no. I think the face Rock would do more. Of course, the heel Rock would want his time off. I mean, we've seen that before. So I guess it all depends on how they go about. And as of right now, it's heel Rock. So of course, it would be another Rock Roman type thing.
You also have Chrissy Wilson saying, I think Grayson will annoy both Cody and Seth so badly, and I think they'll beat him up. I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, but you got to also factor in, Grayson's tag partner in Austin Theory. So maybe there is a tag match, and maybe it's those two versus Austin Theory and Grayson. But it can't be any more annoying than listening to Randy Viper or Dragon Viper, talk about his likes and dislikes in wrestling. So, and wanted to slap Brock Lesnar in the head. So,
our next match is going to be the women's championship match. Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. Chrissy Wilson's picking Rhea, and Dragon Viper is agreeing. Or at least you can see
that. This one's tough because, I mean, sooner or later they got to take the title off of Rhea. Is it Nia? I don't know. But it would set up, like I've said before, if Nia wins, then that kind of leans towards Becky winning the Elimination Chamber to set up that feud more. Becky or Nia, or not Nia, Rhea's from Australia too, so do they take it off in her home country? That's I think Rhea's gonna win. I really do think so.
I do too. But it also depends on who Rhea's gonna face. If she does win, then that kind of goes back to what could be potentially match number 1 in the women's Elimination Chamber match.
Mm-hmm.
If Becky wins, I could see Rhea winning. If anybody else in the field wins, well, I could see Nia Jax winning.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that would happen that way, but I could see it going that way.
And the thing is, too, is we also got to remember champion's advantage or whatever. Champion loses, they get a rematch. So it could happen to be a 3-way dance at WrestleMania. So
that's true.
I mean, not that I'm all for that one, but take the title off for Rhea for a month and then let her win it back at WrestleMania wouldn't be the worst thing in the world that WWE's done.
No, but I think under Triple H, I think they'll make the right decision of how this would go. Chrissy Wilson saying, I can see Rhea losing the title at Mania. I mean, she won it at Mania last year. Tag Viper saying, Nia's my girl. She's getting the title.
Well, again, Randy Cox, Dragon Viper, he's backing somebody, and people that he backed typically loses. So now my money's more on Rhea. So I mean, he is a Cowboys fan. So We know how his betting system goes.
Yeah. Who knows? And then our final preview match for Elimination Chamber, you got the tag match between Judgment Day, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor, and Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Who do you think's going to win this one?
Whew. God, this is another one too, because I mean we've seen some friction in Judgment Day. Damian still has the Money in the Bank briefcase, so could we see? And we've seen some rumors that they kind of want to bring a new person in, but drop somebody. So could this be the? Oh yeah. So could this be the fact that Damian steps away or Vince steps away and gets turns on the other person? I don't know. But I could see them losing the titles here to Dunn and Bates. I know they just came up with a team name too. I can't remember what it's called, but I could see some kind of a title swap here with one of those two turning on the other one to cost them the titles. So
now we've heard it, for a long time that they want to split up the belts, the tag belts.
they should.
They should. I agree. You think that will happen?
I think they should. It won't happen at Elimination Chamber, but I could see maybe if they do drop, if Judgment Day drops titles, I could see them, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates, going, you know what, we just want to carry around one title, so we'll keep this title, and then the other one will go to the other brand, and they'll do a title tournament to crown a champion at WrestleMania. But I really do think that each show should have their own tag titles, just like the regular titles.
I could see that. I could also see that, Adam Pearce comes up and says, you know what, since you're facing Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate from SmackDown, we're going to put the SmackDown title on the line.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could do that way, but yeah, I don't think that'll happen, because that should have happened. If they would have done it, they would have did that on Monday. I mean, I can see them doing something like that at Elimination Chamber, but again, I think the winner gets, if the titles change hands, I think that's where we'll see the split titles come up. And they'll get new belts and stuff, because honestly, those belts they have, those look stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Dragon Viper saying, "Oh, Judgment Day has it." Chrissy Wilson saying, "Head says Judgment Day. My heart says Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate."
Yeah, I kind of can see where Chris is coming from. But again, I know I've been reading some posts and some rumors where one of these two are going to be leaving Judgment Day, so it could happen on a turn here. We could see. So, and I think the one that doesn't need Judgment Day is Damian Priest. I think Finn and Dominic and JD and even Rhea, I think, kind of needs that group to be together. I don't think Damian needs Judgment Day. I think he can do it on his own.
He's proven he doesn't need Judgment Day.
Yeah.
But I kind of go back and forth. I think Judgment Day retains at least till somewhere after Mania, because I think that's when supposedly Finn Balor's contract ends.
Okay.
So I think they hold on to it.
Yeah, they could. I mean, I could see that, and and again, I mean, Chris, I guess that's something that you just kind of brought up. When does some of these contracts end? It could also determine on where the titles happen or even storylines down the road. I mean, that's something too that fans have to think about too. And if Finn ain't looking to sign an extension, then how long do they keep the titles on them?
Well, and they're promoting Drew McIntyre for an event, a house show in May.
Okay.
But yet he hasn't re-signed, or hasn't been known publicly that he's re-signed.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
If that means anything, but who knows?
Yeah.
Chrissy Wilson saying R-Truth can show up and cost Balor and Priest the titles.
Yeah, he could. I mean, the way his
first time.
I mean, that is something too with the way his character goes, and that he could show up and yeah, definitely could show up and cost him the titles.
Yeah. And Chrissy's looking for Callan for.
Oh yeah, I guess we haven't seen the annual daily Callan Dominic Mysterio chant.
Yeah. I'm sure he's busy doing some stuff, but
oh yeah,
that's pretty much it for the Elimination Chamber card. So anybody in the chat or whoever else is here, are you going to stay up or get up for the Elimination Chamber?
Which again, for us in the Central Time Zone, would be 4 o'clock. Out where Dragon Viper's at, you're looking at 2. So definitely it'd be interesting to see who's up for this. And
let me see if I can find the times.
Yeah, well, it says right there, 5 a.m. 2 a.m. East or Pacific time. So
right.
But I think we do. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think during Raw they put all of the times, like if you're in Eastern, Western.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing is my fellow co-host on C2C Ranko will be able to watch us live his time zone because he lives in Italy. So he'll be able to watch this, and maybe he'll have a little watch party going on or something. Who knows? So
yeah, that would be kind of interesting to have one if whoever else is up. I don't know. Christy Wilson saying, "I'll probably be asleep during Elimination Chamber."
Oh yeah, I think
I'm going back and forth of should I or should I not. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be kind of interesting to see what the live ratings are, TV ratings at that time in the States. Mm-hmm. See how many people are up. I would guess that a lot of us are probably gonna watch the ending live, or maybe not watch it, but I think come mid morning, early afternoon, I think there's when the States will start watching it. I mean, there will be some diehard fans that'll be up definitely at 4 o'clock and watch it in their time zone for sure. But
I'm sure your Dirt Sheets and other podcast hosts that are across the pond in England or just US will watch it. I think Canada's in the same boat as us.
Oh yeah,
the times and all that. But if you're not from the U.S. in general, you're gonna have it's gonna be evening. It's gonna be like what we have here.
Yep.
It could be a 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Start time.
No, definitely, it'll be a good experience, and like I said, it'll be interesting to see what the ratings are during the live feed of the Elimination Chamber here.
Mm-hmm. And I want WWE, Peacock, NBC, whoever wants to put that out there to be fair on their numbers coming out of that.
Yeah, that's one thing is you don't know what the numbers really are anymore because a lot of people are recording it or stuff like that. So yeah, if we could definitely get an accurate number, that'd be more. And I would say that there's still. So Dragon Viper says he's staying off of Facebook till he watches it, so he doesn't see the spoilers. Well, yeah, that'll definitely be something. Because we'll get the alerts all day long. So I'll watch it. I mean, even if I hear some spoilers, I'll probably still watch it. Because one, you can't expect the fans to post the exact same thing. Because I know we kind of troll ourselves a little bit here. Just when people say, "Oh, I don't want to hear any spoilers," then we'll throw out some
random,
yeah. So
bottle.
yeah.
But I don't mind if somebody goes, "Yeah, Roman won," or whoever.
Yeah.
Okay, how did he win? You don't have to tell me how he won, but
yeah.
But either way, I'll still watch, and I'm sure my phone will go crazy with alerts saying, "Oh, this happened, this happened."
Oh yeah. Or else I will, my phone will be off because I'll be at work, or actually I'll be sleeping. But yeah. But the thing is I'll check my phone when I wake up, and I'll see some results on there, and or I just block all the wrestling sites. But again, so
Randy's gonna watch it, or he's not able to, but he'll watch the replay. You could always stream it on your phone if you had to.
Yeah.
If you had to. But.
Yeah. And knowing who Randy works for, I would guess that Randy doesn't work too hard. So
he doesn't like spoilers.
Yeah. Well, he is a spoiler. So
it's not a spoiler; it's a prediction.
Yeah. So.
But with that, I don't think there's anything else to cover unless you do.
No. I mean, I kind of vented a little earlier on WWE needs to finally put their foot down and say where WrestleMania is going to be because it's driving me crazy for next year's WrestleMania because it's been rumored so strongly that it's Minnesota, and now Vegas has come out and put a bid in, and kind of tables a turn. And I understand why WWE would go that route, but again, they could do it for WrestleMania 45. They could do it for 50. Some of those anniversary numbers. WrestleMania 42 doesn't mean nothing. Let Minnesota have it.
do you think the Vegas plan, coming out of the blue, so to speak, is due in part to the success of the Super Bowl? Because we just had the Super Bowl, not long ago, a couple weeks ago, and then all of a sudden you hear reports of Vegas is in the mix now.
Oh yeah, it definitely has a lot to do with the recent success of the Vegas Super Bowl, the slap heard across the world. But I mean, Vegas has already held a WrestleMania or two down there. I think earlier in the WrestleMania career. I could be wrong, but I thought it was in Vegas. It was Trump Towers, so I believe that was in Vegas. So
Trump Towers is in New York.
Okay, maybe not Trump Towers. What am I thinking of? If Thomas is there, he would answer my question. But I think Vegas has already had. I think it was Caesars. Matter of fact, had a WrestleMania.
I don't remember.
I could be wrong. At my age.
Yeah, it was at Caesar Palace in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, I mean,
9.
Yeah, and the thing is if you want to capitalize on that, that's fine. I think WrestleMania 45, 50 would be a good spot for Vegas to have. Again, if you look back at the history of wrestling, Minnesota's had great ties with wrestling. We need WrestleMania here, and not because I want to go, but we really should have WrestleMania here.
The price feels like Super Bowl tickets, just saying.
I already have it planned to either file for divorce and spend my money or put myself in debt. But yeah, I will be at WrestleMania winning if it comes here.
Well, there you go. We'll have it on. Well, I don't know about on or ringside, but we'll have a reporter there for you.
Yeah, I won't be very excited because that definitely would put me in big time debt. But with that being said, Randy, Chrissy, Thomas, it's always fun chatting with you guys. Keep checking out C2C. We got plenty of great shows. Sports Minute tomorrow, Press Row when Callan's free, Creeping It Real, kicking it with the crew, Entertainment Hour. Baseball's around the corner, so morning tailgate should be popping back up here sooner than later.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff planned. Just keep checking us out. Oregon's Cougars football is right around the corner, so we'll get J-Mac doing the play-by-play. With that being said, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, tuning in. Oregon Cougars football will be returning April 27th. I'm not sure of the time yet, but I know April 27th will be the day. Baseball is coming, so On Deck should be here. Yep. Maybe we'll do a wrap up of the Super Bowl and the season for morning tailgate coming up. And we'll do shows here and there for that, during draft time or, a big event. So.
Oh, yeah, we definitely need Crispy Bacon's annual draft coverage.
There you go.
All right.
But with that, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy Elimination Chamber. Either if you watch it live in the morning or, replay it throughout the day. Have fun with it. We'll be back Tuesday for the
Dominic Mysterio. Just for Andy.
Maybe he'll interfere in some way. I don't know.
Who, Randy or Dominic?
Both.
Yeah.
They'll be fighting on the outside.
Yeah. My money would be on Dominic.
Mine too. With that, enjoy the week. We'll be back next week. Have a great evening, everybody.
Peace.